I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. I felt uncomfortable. I felt the same. I got a bad taste in my mouth, the taste of sameness, of unbearable boredom, of sameness, of inevitability, of something I could not avoid, and I tried so hard to escape. And I ended up following the same path many before. Maybe I wasn't extraordinary. Maybe I supposed to think about being a hero, being a warrior, being the one who can escape this vicious circle. Maybe this is what my role was. Maybe someone had to think about it. Maybe someone had to fill the gap, and maybe many people before me, maybe they thought the same. They lost their same. They lost themselves in the same thought as me. Maybe I'm not different than all of them at all. Maybe I'm like the same. I only meant to think of me as different. No. This mundane life circle had a place for me as well. Someone who thinks, who is out of the circle. Someone who thinks, who is independent, but yet is part of it. His mere existence is part of it. An occasion which just appears as independent. I was devastated. I wanted to throw the glass against the wall. I wanted to storm out there. I felt like slept and betrayed. Betrayed of an opportunity to escape, to go away, to go somewhere. It doesn't matter when I just didn't want to go back again back in my home with deep disappointment. Like a slept boy, like a stupid boy, and dream of stupid dreams that one day when opportunity strikes, then I would leave this comfort zone again. I didn't want it to go back anymore. I have came so far, and now here I was, disappointed, staring in void eyes. Rose's beauty, even how mesmerizing it was, it felt like a page, it felt shallow, like someone who understands more and more. It has no depth. It is something you watch it in a mirror and only can assume how someone might have thought about it who had painted it. And you can never grasp the emotions, the thought which went through the artist while he gazed at the beauty. No, you just stare at it, try to make sense, try to take over this portrait, the picture, this beautiful woman there, try to make it your own, try to incorporate it in your thoughts, in your daily daydreams, in your scenes you play every day to make your life bearable. Just a shallow figure. This is what this all felt, and it was devastating. It was infuriating. And I couldn't say anything. How could I? I was about to leave. I was about to just turn around. Disappointed. I want to read, but then Rosa glanced at her mother. Again, a secret message, but I did not care anymore. I didn't want to fathom what they are thinking. I didn't want to fathom what they could probably talk about. I just wanted to drink this water, this stupid water, this tasteless, uninviting water, this boredom of my life. I wanted to drink it all up. and leave somewhere, leave back, go back, where the hell my feet would drag me. But then, Rosa's mother left the room. And I was speechless again. I was left to wonder again, like they have a special code. I thought that she would come back, that after a while, but she didn't. She just closed the door. And there I was with Rosa alone, and my vexation, my annoyance dissipated. Again, I felt uncomfortable. Again, maybe I said to myself, maybe you have misjudged the situation. Maybe you were too fast in your judgment. And I watched her in awe. I watched that Rosa. Something must happen now. Something must. And she stared at me thoughtfully, for a moment thoughtfully. She tried to think about something. At least I thought that she was pondering about something. Something which laid heavy in her mind. But she could not make her mind up. She was ruminating, and she left me wondering too. I was thoughtful. What's next? Again, I tried to search the room, tried to scrutinize every detail. Maybe there I would find answers in this home, in this room. Maybe the chair in front of the window, maybe the unmatched furniture, they randomly put together furniture. Maybe they could tell me what this all was about, what I should think about this moment. But I then saw Rosa again. I glanced at her. She's thoughtful, and then she got up. And she stared at me. She was changed. She was resolute. She stared at me, standing. Her eyes commanding, her hands, her entire body was stiff. She stared at me. And I was just speechless. I didn't know what to say. It did not happen before that a beautiful woman would just stare at me, and I felt uncomfortable because through her eyes, in her eyes, this sadness had partially given away. Her beauty seems to have faltered partially. Her lips, these beautiful lips, which said so, which moved up and down in synchronicity with her voice, they became stiff. She just stared at me resolutely. Her eyes like a wild cat, tell me she wanted to be courageous, at least this is what I thought. And then she put my glass aside, and my heart started beating again. It was throbbing against my chest. The beating was deafening my ears again, and I think I was shaking. I was shaking by this roller coaster of emotions. I didn't know what to think anymore. What was this all about? How did I came here? How did I landed here? And then she took my hand. She stared at me for a while. Then she swiped over my hair, and I was shaking. I didn't know what was next, and she was sharp. And her touch was soothing. It was soothing my soul. It was like a sweet was like she swiped over my face, ran down my eyes, I delineate them, try to, like she would be painting me, like she had in her mind a perfect idea for a portrait, for an image. And with her fingers she gently drove through my face, through my lips, across my lips, touched my nose, my eyes, my eyebrows, like a perfect painter who has to ensure herself that the person this painter is portraying is going to portray, that it has edges, that it has lines, that this face is there, that his skin is smooth. Maybe she was smoothing out the layers of youth, of stupidity. Maybe she was just unfurling my deep desire, and I was burning for every desire. I felt my penis struck against my jeans again. I felt this deep craving, but she was calm again. I saw in her eyes again this sweet pleasure, this joyousness, this nonchalant joy towards life, like she was toying with me, and she just stared at me. She was confident, playful, and coy, and I did not know what to do. I didn't even know what to do with my hands. They just laid on my laps. I tried to cover the erection. I tried to cover my erection. I didn't want to see her. I didn't want it to notice her, how desperate I was for every touch, for the lines she drew in my face, for the days she brushed off my face, for the stupid dreams she brushed off my face, for the youth she brushed off my face. And then at this very moment, she painted onto my face a new me, that desires her, that wants her, that wants these lips, that wants these eyes. And her touch, they were beaming through my heart, through my body, through every inch of it. And with both hands, I was grabbing myself on the sofa. I felt like I would lose myself. I felt like I would fall. I felt like I was be standing on a gutter and staring down to the world, to a new city, to something new, and I am high above it all. And then she slowly and gradually approached me. These beautiful, full lips, they were thriving, this sweet flesh. And she approached me closer and closer. And I was almost breathless. I held my breath. I thought of it like a candle. I didn't dare to breathe because I thought that I would extinguish the fire. And she pressed her lips against me, and I was in seventh heaven.